One of us girl was out here acting crazy and you had proof and it was crazy.
Yandy is where? Right now, that is the question that everyone is asking. Rumors from Puerto Rico have escalated into a full-fledged scandal. Just when fans thought love and hip-hop Atlanta couldn't get any messier. It all began when Zane, the crew's self-described truth-teller, decided he could stand no more of the lies. He asked a question that shocked the entire cast as the cameras were rolling. In front of Scrappy and Mendeecees, what would you do if you knew your girl was out here acting crazy and I had proof? The atmosphere changed in just one instant. What should have been a peaceful vacation in paradise turned into a heated exchange of side-eyes, accusations, and unresolved issues. Something more profound, something scandalous an affair was alluded to in Zane's remarks. And it wasn't just any affair either.
Business trip to Greece.
Business trip? All I'm seeing is Instagram posts of Yandy living her best life. I'm talking about bathing suit on, sitting by the pool.
Her best life in California. With mysterious captions flooded social media. Was she aware of the murmurs already? Was it Zane's bombshell that made her do it? Or is there a more significant secret that no one is prepared to confront? Tension was building beneath the beautiful scenery of Puerto Rico, where the sun hung low over the horizon, creating golden reflections on the waters. What started off as a laid-back vacation with friends swiftly turned into a boiling pressure cooker filled with secrets, suspicions, and gossip. That night, Zane, who is often the group's comic relief with a playful twinkle in his eye, uncharacteristically solemn. It became evident that his composed exterior was really a front for the emotions he had been suppressing. For days as everyone assembled for a supper by the ocean, Scratchy tried to appear at ease as he sat back with his drink and looked at the waves. Mendeecees pretended to appreciate the scenery while leaning on the table, but it was obvious that something was wrong. They were drawn to Zane, who was leaning slightly forward and staring at them intently but quietly. With just enough weight in his voice to turn heads, he remarked, "Let me ask y'all something. If I had proof that your girl was acting utterly out of control, how would you respond?"
Yo, what would you do if you knew one of us girl was out here acting crazy and you had proof and it was crazy? Would you want me to tell you that?
Worry, and curiosity in the minds of those in attendance. First, to break the stillness, Scrappy laughed uneasily and said, "Bro, what kind of question is that?" Simply stated if something is happening. But Mendeecees wasn't as amused. He leaned forward and furrowed his brows, attempting to read Zane's face. "Speak up if you have something to say." His voice was calm but strained as he said, "My wife is Yandy, and I have every right to know what you mean." Slowly, with a slight smirk on his lips, Zane nodded. "I want you both to know that what I'm going to say has the power to transform your lives. This is serious. It's not simply rumors." The remarks sounded as if they were heavier than the humid night in Puerto Rico. Even the adjacent staff were silently setting out plates and drinks. Noticed the abrupt change in mood. Later, viewers of this footage would remark on how Zane's tone was different from his typical banter. It was a seriousness that implied he was concealing something explosive. Then Yandy was brought up. Zane added, perhaps too nonchalantly, "She's in Greece on a business trip." He cocked his head to let the impact of his statement sink in. But, you know, the internet doesn't lie, and social media tells a different story. Yandy's social media posts were the pinnacle of effortless style, opulent ensembles, pictures by the pool, and hints of fresh starts. The contradiction was immediately noticed by fans who commented, "Why is she so far away?" As well as, "Is this only a trip?" Scrappy stopped laughing. "Are you saying something, bro? You're suggesting that she's in Greece. But what exactly?" His tone changed from skepticism as he asked. Zane folded his arms and leaned back. "I am merely stating that things are not always as they appear." The vagueness in his statement made everyone at the table uneasy. Sometimes what you see online is a mask. The patience of the Mendeecees was waning. "Let me know straight away," raising his voice a little. "I don't have time for riddles." The normally calm man now displayed signs of stress, anxiety, and possibly even a hint of guilt. That evening's discussion was the first of several that later, when everyone had gone to their rooms, laid on social media. A Wells wife was recently sighted in California while her husband was on vacation, according to an anonymous site. Fans instantly made connections because of the eerie timing, questioning whether this was more than a coincidence. Zane paced silently on the balcony as the night became darker, observing the moonlight dancing across the sea. He wasn't merely thinking back on the prior discussion, the repercussions of telling the truth. He was both excited and nervous about the possibility that he may reveal something that